Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. Keeping with the Sentinel theme for this month, we'll be taking a look at Toy Biz's first actual true Sentinel in the X-Men line. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this bad boy. I don't think I need to get into any of the fictional history of these characters, mainly because I covered it in some of the other videos, but long before the Water Squirty Sentinel or Nimrod, this was Toy Biz's first Sentinel in the actual X-Men line. It was based off the Sentinels from the cartoon line, and naturally I wanted it. As you can see, this character is rather tall, and I had to push my camera back to get him all in frame, so I'm going to try to review him as best I can from such an odd angle and try to keep him in frame for you. As best as I can tell, the prototype of this character had his legs separated and his chest was a lot bigger, and this one was the one that was shown on the back of most of the action figure boxes advertising this guy. Now, this is the one that we actually got if you happen to buy this figure. Pardon me. He's a decent sculpt, pretty much. It has a kind of it's rounded, very small few details. There's some details here on the legs where you can see circuitry and stuff. But other than that, he sticks to the cartoon pretty well. His articulation is very limited, only to about his arms going up and down like this, and as you can tell, they're rather squeaky. He did, however, come with a lot of gimmicks. As you can see, there's a hook claw right here that you could put around any one of your X-Men action figure lines and then snag him right up to his hand, just like in the cartoon where they had the tentacles that come out. This arm, on the other hand, actually fired out pretty far, and it could also be some battle damage in case one of the X-Men or Wolverine chopped off his hand. Another neat feature, well, before I get into that feature, his head can't actually go all the way down, and the head sculpt is another thing that's kind of inaccurate for the cartoon. This character had been re-released not too long ago in I think 2010 with a much newer head sculpt and a much newer paint job that was more similar to the cartoon. Now to his feature. The head actually, if you tilt it back, his chest would fly out, revealing one of the X-Men action figures that you could put inside. Mainly as Wolverine, but I have Jean Grey here as an example. And you could kind of definitely see the height comparison to one of the average figures compared to these Sentinel lines. Now, let me get the chest here. My chest springs are kind of a bit touchy over time, so they don't always stay, and they could kind of fly off at just the push of a button or light tap. So I'm going to keep it off for the rest of this video. Now here on the knees, pardon me, I've lost one of the feet here. Just when you have so many toys as me, you just lose them over time. It's somewhere, but I wasn't able to find it. If you press the knees right here, or you have like one of the characters Punch or Wolverine Attack, the feet will fly off. The gimmick behind this was once you do it, the character could then topple over and you've defeated the Sentinel. It's actually not that bad of a figure. I mean, it's definitely a collectible. I think it doesn't look that accurate compared to some of the new ones out there today, but I still think it's a pretty nice Sentinel, and it does fit with the old style pretty well. If you're going to look for one, I'd maybe try to look for the re-release one with the newer head and the upgraded paint job. People seem to like that one a lot more, but it's definitely worth a buy. It's still a sturdy figure. Oh, and it comes with little It originally came with little decals to put all over him for any electronics. I didn't want to leave that out. But yeah, he's a good figure, and if you like what you see, just try to seek him out online. Once again, thank you for watching Toys from the Attic. If you like what you've seen today, please feel free to subscribe or leave a comment below in the comments section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future. For next week, we'll be taking a look at the Sentinel Build-A-Figure set from the Marvel Legends line.